Ever thought of places that you unreservedly cannot enter? Well, here comes part 4 of Top 10 Forbidden Places You Can't Visit. Here lies places contaminated and haunted by spooky forts, hidden government bases, and absolutely inaccessible places that change everything you might think you know about the world. Still interested? Okay, we're diving even deeper into places cloaked in mystery and danger. Places you've heard whispers about, but could never experience firsthand. Hang on to your seats. This isn't just a list, but a journey into the unknown. Number 10. Zone Rouge, France. The Zone Rouge, or Red Zone, is the place in northeastern France that experienced damage during World War I. It is about 463 square miles, 1,200 square kilometers. It was heavily bombarded, which caused a lot of destruction and left unexploded bombs behind. The French government banned entry in 1919 due to the ongoing hazards. Most of the land still remains undisturbed because the area is simply too dangerous to use in any way, shape, or form. Zone Rouge is filled with shell holes and war detritus. Yet nature has gradually begun reclaiming some sections. Despite this, some treasure hunters and curious tourists still enter the area to find items left from the war. As you might have guessed, the government doesn't like these activities at all. In fact, it warns and punishes people to prevent them from venturing into such dangerous grounds. Number 9. Montserrat Exclusion Zone, Montserrat. Montserrat is a British territory in the Caribbean. It is known for the Soufriere Hills volcano, which is not currently active. In 1995, the volcano erupted and caused immense damage to the island. This forced 2/3 of the population to leave, and many emigrated to the United Kingdom. To protect against future eruptions, the Montserrat Exclusion Zone was created. This zone covers the southern part of the island, including the old capital, Plymouth, which was engulfed in ash and lava. Access to the exclusion zone is only allowed for authorized personnel. However, journalists, scientists, and tourists still venture in. The Montserrat Volcano Observatory monitors the zone and also offers guided tours so visitors can see geothermal features and what remains of Plymouth. The town is like a modern Pompeii. Even though the volcano is not active at the moment, the no-entry zone is important to keep residents and visitors safe because it could erupt again. Number 8. Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, Ukraine. The Chernobyl Exclusion Zone is a 19-mile, 30-kilometer area around the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine. It was set up after the terrible nuclear accident on April 26, 1986. The explosion occurred because of human error and poor design. It released enormous amounts of radioactive material, making the nearby area uninhabitable. The Soviet government created the zone to control access and prevent even more radiation exposure. It abandoned cities like Pripyat, which had a population of over 500,000 people. Now, the territory is a frightening and deserted place with extremely high radiation levels and deserted buildings where nature is slowly taking over. Visiting the area requires following strict safety rules, such as wearing protective clothing. Despite the dangers, a few hundred people still live and work in the zone, including plant workers and elderly residents. This region hosts some tourism, but the ongoing war with Russia has led to new restrictions and even tighter security measures. Number 7. The Diomede Islands, United States/Russia. This group of islands is situated in the Bering Strait. They include Big Diomede, which is on the Russian side, and Little Diomede, located on the US side. The islands are 2.5 miles apart, and their history is tied to Cold War tensions, as the international date line separates them. Big Diomede had Soviet military buildings, while Little Diomede was used by the US to monitor Soviet activities. Political tensions still exist between Russia and the US. Even though the Cold War has ended, access to the islands is still very limited. To visit, you need permission and must undergo strict security checks. Russia does not allow tourists to go to Big Diomede, but people can visit Little Diomede with US supervision. These restrictions reflect the ongoing political tensions, making the islands intriguing to travelers interested in remote places with political significance. Number 6. The Exclusion Zone for Fukushima, Japan. The Fukushima Exclusion Zone was created after the 2011 Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster. This disaster happened because of a strong earthquake and tsunami that caused nuclear meltdowns. The zone covers about 386 square miles, about 1,000 square kilometers, in Japan's Fukushima prefecture. Its purpose is to keep people safe from harmful radiation levels. It comprises several towns and is divided into parts based on radiation levels, with the difficult-to-return zone being the most radioactive. People may not be able to go there for many years. This zone has very restricted access, and only cleanup workers and researchers are allowed in. Checkpoints guard the area, and strict rules require wearing protective clothing and using dosimeters to measure radiation. Some daring adventurers and reporters have entered the area without permission. The Japanese authorities warn that entering the zone without permission is forbidden and dangerous, and those who break the rules may be punished. Anyway, if you're enjoying this, don't forget to press that like button and subscribe for more secret places like these. Let's keep going. Number 5. Fort Knox. Fort Knox in the United States is home to more than half of the gold reserves held inside the country, making it one of the most secretive areas in the world. You can view it from a distance, but if you think you can get closer, you're very wrong, because it is one of the most heavily protected places globally. Not even employees can access the vault itself. Each person only has the combination to one lock. If someone wants to open it, the team must work together and enter the right combinations for a chance to access the vault. Yes, it is that secure. The building itself is also designed to be impenetrable. Fort Knox is built of concrete-lined granite and reinforced with steel, so it's not going anywhere. Number 4. Bhangarh Fort. What's more frightening than walking through dark corridors in the abandoned ruins of an ancient civilization? Not much, really. Bhangarh Fort is in Rajasthan, a state in India. A 15th century ruler built this fort. The kingdom that was once thriving lost many people due to famine, and this led the survivors to leave. By 1783, the region was completely empty, leaving only Bhangarh Fort. For a long time, many have claimed that the fort is cursed, leading the government to officially declare it haunted. You now need a permit from the government to enter Bhangarh Fort during the daytime. The government says visiting during the day is safer because of wild animals, but it's hard to trust after they've admitted it's haunted. So who really knows what happens in the dark parts of Bhangarh Fort after sunset? Number 3. Menwith Hill Royal Air Force Base. Menwith Hill Royal Air Force Station in Britain is one of the most secretive places in the country, which has led to many theories. The base was established in 1954 when the British War Office purchased 550 acres and leased it to the US military. The base's purpose remains secret. Some say it was a spy center during the Cold War, but Menwith Hill continues to operate long after the Cold War ended. It is strongly connected to the United States National Security Agency, or NSA, and very few people are allowed inside. No one knows what happens there, and local residents have protested because they want answers about what's going on near their homes. Despite the mystery surrounding the base, its activities are classified and will likely remain hidden. Number 2. Mercury, Nevada. Mercury is a strange name, but the events that took place in Mercury, Nevada are even stranger. In the 1950s, Mercury was a thriving town with about 10,000 people, complete with schools, jobs, restaurants, bars, and even a post office. All the things any normal town would have. But before that, scientists had their eye on Mercury for a different reason: testing the nuclear bomb. You'd think this would be a major reason to avoid living there, but for some reason, people stuck around. Even today, a few people still live in Mercury. However, visiting is nearly impossible without government permission. Why? Well, no one knows for sure. Today, about 500 people live there, most of them researchers. Number 1. Vatican Secret Archives. The Vatican Library holds some of the world's most mysterious documents in its secret archives. The shelves stretch for more than 50 miles, with 35,000 books and records dating back over 1,000 years. It has an enormous collection, but very little is known about what's inside. Every 75 years, some selected documents are taken out to be preserved, but most of the archive stays sealed away, hidden from the public forever. These secrets have fueled thousands of rumors, from letters allegedly written by Mary, Queen of Scots, to excommunication papers for Martin Luther. How dark the Vatican's secrets really are remains unknown, but many believe the archives hold information that could change our understanding of history. This air of mystery has made people even more curious, creating a place adventurers like Indiana Jones would love to explore. The secrets in the archives are likely to stay hidden for many, many years. We discussed some very mysterious places. Which one surprised you the most? Have you ever been to any of these places? Or do you know of any others that should be on this list? Let us know in the comments section. If you liked the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more cool content like this.